Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel IoT Frontier. Today we'll explore the AMQP protocol and how RabbitMQ helps us to simulate it. We might have seen and used MQTT test clients without installing any software, but for AMQP I could not find any other simulator than RabbitMQ simulator. So this simulates the AMQP messaging protocol. So I have made this video to bring your notice to this simulator to learn AMQP in an easy and fun way. In this video, we'll be discussing the basics of AMQP, RabbitMQ, and different exchange types of AMQP, and finally do a hands-on with RabbitMQ simulator. So before we get started, please support us by subscribing to this channel and hitting the bell icon. Let's get started. AMQP is Advanced Message Queuing Protocol. It is an open source application layer protocol, and also we can see it is regularly being used with the ports 5671 and 72. It is reliable and efficient message exchange between applications. It's a standardized message protocol that enables communication between applications even they are running on different machines. AMQP relies on message broker like RabbitMQ to manage message routing, delivery, and persistence. The broker acts as an intermediary, ensuring seamless communication between producers, that is publishers, and consumers, those are called subscribers. If you see the architecture here, you can see the publisher is available here and it is going to publish to the broker, that is AMQP broker. We can call this as a RabbitMQ, and RabbitMQ, such brokers will be having an exchange. This exchange is responsible for routing the messages based on the binding. So we'll see in an example how this binding works, and also you can see the routing of messages based on binding number 2 is going to this queue. Once this queue receives it, one has to subscribe to that queue using the consumer client. So when they try to subscribe to the queue, they should be able to get the messages. Either they can also request a message from the queue like this. So let's talk about RabbitMQ. So RabbitMQ is nothing but a powerful message broker, as we said, which implements AMQP. It hosts exchanges for publishing messages and queues for consuming. So there are 3 different types of exchange types that is there in AMQP. Let's talk about Fanout exchange method. This method copies and routes a received message to all queues that are bound to it regardless of routing keys or patterns, which means that even whatever the messages we are sending, if it is a Fanout exchange, all the messages will be going to all queues. Next we can talk about direct exchange method. The routing in direct exchange method is simple. A message goes to the queues whose binding key exactly matches the routing key of the message. So we'll see an example to understand it clearly. And the third one is topic. The topic will be having instead of using a fixed routing key, it uses wildcards. So routing key must consist of a list of words delimited by a period. So here you can see how the messages are going from producers to consumer. So in between, if you take direct, it will just match whether the routing key provided by the producer is matching the binding key between this queue and the exchange. If it is Fanout, it will not look for any routing keys, it will directly send to all of its queues. But if it is topic, it will check the patterns. If it is matching, then it will send to those queues, and those queues will send the messages to the consumers. Let's now look into the practical scenario of how we can simulate this. So this is the website where tryrabbitmq.com. I'll be providing in the description as well. So here you can find the RabbitMQ simulator. So we need to drag and drop all the 4 important items that we have seen in our architecture. And if you want to connect these nodes, you have to use Alt or Shift key. So first I'll try to use the producer. Okay, I got it, the consumer. So then producer, In between I'll use an exchange and I have a queue. So first I'll use a Alt key to connect to exchange. And so now I'm connecting the queue to the exchange in this direction. So again, if I try it in this direction, I'm not able to connect. So I'll try from this direction. So it is able to connect. So if you see properly, we have to click on this exchange and we should be able to see various exchange modes available. So because we have only one queue, we don't have to worry much about this. So right now let's see how to send a message. So I'll type a message like message1 and try to send without any routing key and click on send. So we can see the message has been passed. Now if you try to add one more queue, then the real exchange rules appear. So I'll try to connect. Now we see that there is something called direct. If you click on the exchange, you can see it is in the direct mode, Fanout mode and topic mode. What I'll do is first make it Fanout mode and click on edit so that the binding keys disappear. Now we can see try to send a message called message2, and you should be able to see message going into two directions for the two queues, and you can see the messages even here in the message log. Because we have kept as Fanout, it is going to both queues. Now I'll try to change it to direct mode. So in the direct mode, if you click on edit, it will ask for the binding key. So I need to edit the binding key. So I need to provide the binding key here. So for this, I'll use logs.error. And for this binding key, I'll use logs.info. So whenever we provide this kind of routing key equivalent, then only it will go to that. For example, if you see the message 3 I'm sending, and the routing key, if I don't send anything, it doesn't go to any place. But if I provide logs.info, it will only goes to logs.info, this binding, because the queue has been bound with the logs.info. Let's try with logs.error. Now we can see the message should go to another queue. So this is how direct exchange mode works. Now let's see about the topic. So now I have set as a topic, and we have to edit the binding to make sure that we have certain cases like logs.star mentioned here, and logs.info can be here. Now I'll try to send a message 4 with logs.error. Let's see how it goes. Because it has log.star, which means that it is matching the pattern and it is going to that location. Now if I use log.error.info again, this is a bigger one, but it is not matching exactly the case because it has been kept as logs.star, not star. Something. So that's why it is not going. So if I only use logs.info, it should go to both because it has been kept as log.star as well as it is matching this. So this is how we can see how the exchanges of AMQP works and 3 exchange methods. You are now equipped to understand and simulate AMQP using RabbitMQ. Remember, exchanges play a crucial role in message routing. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to type helpful in the comment section below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.